Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My Democrat colleagues have apparently decided committee work doesn't matter for the 117th Congress, because they've once again brought legislation to the House floor without the first holding a single committee hearing or markup. As a Republican leader of the Education and Labor Help Subcommittee, I would have welcomed the opportunity to debate and amend this flawed legislation in committee. H.R. 842, also known as the PRO Act, is a radical proposal aimed at appeasing big union bosses who fund the far left political agenda. From 2010 to 2018, unions spent more than $1.6 billion in member dues to hundreds of left-wing groups like Planned Parenthood, the Clinton Foundation, and the Progressive Democrats of America, instead of spending that money on worker representation. That's right. Union leaders are lining their pockets and their friends' pockets with the dues workers were forced to pay. No worker should be forced to participate in union activity or pay for representation they do not agree with. That is un-American. But the Pro-Union Bosses Act would overturn right-to-work laws in 27 states, including my home state of Georgia. That would be devastating for Georgia's pro-COVID economy. That's why I will offer an amendment protecting the right to work laws. In fact, I introduced a total of 5 amendments to this bill that would put workers first, but unfortunately Democrats only allowed one to be considered on the House floor for debate, even though last Congress they allowed more than one to be voted on this House floor. But the American people deserve to know the other amendments that the Democrats blocked. First, protecting employees' right to seek secret ballot elections, an amendment requiring all unions to win a secret ballot election in order to be certified, because no worker should face retribution because of how they cast their ballot. Codifying a sensible joint employer standard, an amendment that strikes the section of the bill which defines joint employment using the indirect control and replaces the provision with direct and immediate control. This protects franchises and treats them as any other small business owner. Employee privacy protection, an amendment requiring employers to receive express consent from employees before sharing their personal information with a union, because the bill currently doesn't require that consent. Worker retirement protection. This amends the bill to state that mandatory arbitration agreements cannot force the members of a bargaining unit into a multi-employer pension plan. All of my amendments would bring much-needed accountability and transparency, and I'm disappointed a majority of them were not even allowed to be offered on this House floor. Furthermore, the PRO Act would further disrupt our economy, which is in desperate need of full reopening. Today, I stand with small business owners in our workforce, and I oppose this bill, and I yield back.
Gentlewoman